Today we are doing the complete guide to ranking up in Pet Sim 99. It's going to be a long video. First of all, I'm going to go over some general information about what the ranks are and what benefits you get from them and why you should rank up. And then we're going to go into some more specific tips on the types of different rank missions, and I'll give you some tricks and stuff for how to complete those. And then finally, I think the last section will just be like some general advice about how to clear the ranks as quick and easy as possible. So we got a lot to go over, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the rank rewards, what are ranks? Basically, you can see on the right side of the screen when you log into Pet Sim 99, there are ranks that can give you some general benefits. Right now, there's 14 levels of ranks. At first, there was only, I think, like 8 or 9, but with a couple of previous updates, like they add a couple of ranks every single time, so I'm sure that these are still going to increase when we get the next update. But right now, there are 14, and it goes noob, beginner, rookie, adventurer, experienced, pro, elite, expert, master, legend, champion, superstar, guardian, and titan. I do not know how they're going to come up with even more names for the higher tiers, but I guess they have something planned. Basically, when you're in the first, I think, 10-ish ranks, every time you rank up, you can unlock more enchant/book slots, and the book slots really help you out because it basically is a multiplier on certain things within the game. So I think some of the popular enchants would be like double coins, extra diamonds, fortune, magnet, other things like that. So pretty much at the beginning, a huge benefit is that the more ranks that you unlock, the more different enchant slots that you can use. You also get a lot of extra items by progressing through the ranks. So every time you complete the rank, you get a bunch of random good items, but every time you go through the rank quests, you also get more items. And just by going through the quests and stuff, you earn a lot of things. So basically, upgrading ranks is something that I think is definitely worth doing. In addition to unlocking new areas, you should be working on unlocking the ranks, you should be working on opening more pet slots and egg slots. All of these things will basically make it more likely for you to earn money faster and get huges and whatever else you need to do to progress in the game. So there's a lot of different types of rank quests. I've basically categorized them into the ones that I've seen. So the categories that I came up with would be number 1, completing obbies, number 2, doing specific tasks in a mini game like catching fish or finding chests in the dig site. Number 3 would be like using any specific items like potions or flags or fruit. Number 4 is having to upgrade potions and enchants. Number 5 is breaking something in the best area, whether it's breakables, comets, coin jars, or mini chests. Number 6 would be earning diamonds or breaking diamond breakables, so stuff that is relating to the diamond's currency. After that is collecting potions and enchants. And then the final category is stuff relating to pets or eggs, so making a certain number of golden or rainbow pets, or hatching your best eggs, or hatching the question mark extremely rare pets. So I'm going to go through each of these categories and give you guys my tips for how to complete each one most efficiently. Okay, so number 1, completing obbies. So basically, as you progress through the map and unlock different areas, there's a lot of like little mini games or obbies that you can do. So I think it goes like minefield, there's the classic obby, there's sled, there's the Atlantis mini game, there's like fishing, jungle, pyramid, there's a sled one, there's chest rush, although I haven't really seen a task for that. Basically, these are usually giving 1 star, and you just have like the quest to complete the obby. All you really need to do in order to complete this is to finish the mini game. You don't need to like break your record or do anything super crazy. So my recommendation is when you get this quest just to go slow at it. However, one thing to note is that with these obbies, they sometimes have a cooldown period. So I know Chest Rush specifically, like you can only do it every 1 hour and 30 minutes. And I think some of the other ones, I don't know exactly what the cooldown time is, but you might not be able to do it like back to back. So basically I would just say like work on completing the obbies. Sometimes if there is one that's really difficult, like for me, I find ice obby and jungle obby really hard because you have to be pretty precise about where you're jumping. So for those, I try to do it with my computer so I can control it better with like the keyboard and mouse instead of trying to do it on my phone because it's really more difficult for me. I don't really have anything to say other than that. Basically just finish the obby. All right, so catching fish and finding chests. So this is a little bit different because I usually get this as a 2-star quest. Basically there is a fishing mini game and also a dig site mini game, which is kind of different from just completing the obbies. My best advice for doing these is make sure that you play the game and upgrade the equipment that you get so you can earn their own currency within these mini games, and you can use that to upgrade your fishing rods and shovels for digging. I have also heard that you can buy the golden versions of these at the advanced merchant sometimes. Personally, I'm still working on upgrading to respect level 5 with the advanced merchant, so I can't really personally confirm this yes or no, but I've seen like screenshots of other people occasionally being able to get it. Yeah, I think that when you get the better equipment for the dig site for sure, you can break all of the blocks a lot faster. For the fish, I haven't really noticed anything. I guess you would probably just get like better items when you fish with a better rod. Also for the dig site, my strategy so far is digging straight down at one of like the edges. It usually works pretty well to find chests really quickly. Another tip that I have is once you get to like the bottom 3 or 4 color changes, just to like go back into the top and start digging around at the top again, because it's a lot faster and easier to break the blocks there, so you'll have a faster time finding chests. And I think that the loot that you get and the items that you get from the chests further down are better, but because the quests are focused on just unlocking a certain number of chests and finding a number of chests, basically you would just want to prioritize finding the chests faster instead of getting like better chests. Okay, next type of rank quest is using a certain sort of item. I've gotten this like use 14 tier 4 potions, or plant 15 flags, or use 40 fruits and stuff like that. I've seen these be like 1-star, 2-star, or even 3-star depending on how difficult the game thinks that they are. My best advice is basically just keeping all of these items on hand, especially tier 4 potions, and not upgrading those to higher levels just in case you still need the tier 4 potions and need to chug a lot of them basically in order to complete the task, because it really is a pain to run out of tier 4 potions and then have to go collect like 1s and 2s and 3s and then like try to go to the machine and upgrade everything. Like it honestly like slows me down a lot to do that. So for potions specifically, just having a lot of those on hand is super helpful for this type of task. For flags, I would find that actually for fruits too, both flags and fruits, I would try to time these with some of the other quests if possible. For example, if you need to break things in a certain area or break a certain type of item, making sure that you line them up with the flags and fruits can be super helpful. So one of the combos that I really like to do is making sure that I have that pineapple, I think, which gives more diamonds along with the diamond flag in a certain area when I have the quests to break a certain number of diamond breakables. It basically helps a lot if you have those quests all together, so it feels like you're not using the items for like no good reason. And just like potions, for flags, fruits, or other items that you need, it also helps a lot to make sure that you already have those items in your inventory. So using like a treasure hunter enchant, or making sure that you buy items that you're low of from like the different merchants around the map, or collecting them in other ways is always good, so that you don't need to like slow down on working on the rank quests in order to get them. All right, next, let's talk about upgrading potions and enchant quests. Sometimes you get a mission like upgrade 4 enchants to tier 3 or something like that. My best tip for this is keeping lots of lower tier enchants and potions on hand, like level 1s, 2s, and 3s if possible, and basically don't really use them unless you want to upgrade already. Keeping a stash of them handy just so that you can complete this quest really quickly and knock it out of the way when you get it helps a lot, because otherwise you're gonna have to spend some time running around collecting all of these things so you have enough of them to upgrade. So basically my advice is don't upgrade these potions and enchants unless you really need them. Another thing that can hold you back from completing this quest is not having enough diamonds to upgrade. I would say that doing like level 1s and 2s potions and enchants are pretty cheap in terms of diamond costs, but honestly sometimes when you get up to tier 3 and 4 upgrades, it can take like a couple thousand gems, like maybe even up to 10,000 to be safe, especially if you need to also upgrade lower tier enchants up to level 2 and 3 before you do 4. So I would say like making sure that you have enough of the materials to complete this quest easily is the key to completing this one fast. All right, next is a bunch of different ones, which is break in best area. Basically, they will give you like, you know, break 2,000 breakables or 5 comets or 3 coin jars or 5 mini chests and stuff. My best general advice for this is just to break with other people in your best area. So when you open the teleporting cannon map thing, you can see which other players are in different zones and are breaking in that zone currently. I would really encourage you guys to go to servers where there are other people within the best area that you guys are looking to break in, because it pretty much makes all of these things a lot faster, especially with the breakables. It really helps a lot if you have like even just one other person, but best if you do like 5 or 6 people in an area doing breakables, because then you can break things really, really fast. You guys can share things like flags. For comets and coin jars, these are things that you can get from your own inventory, so I would recommend that you guys also have enough of those on hand and don't try to sell them, try to buy them from the merchants when you see them at a good price. For mini chests, I think the mini chests are the most difficult one for me because it's just kind of like unpredictable. I think they spawn basically when a certain number of breakables are broken, and then it also gets a little bit confused when there are other people in the area who have their other like Robux enchant books that have their own chests or own lucky blocks and things. I do think that affects the spawn rates of the mini chests. So that one is a little bit more random. So I would say for mini chests, it's best if you have another quest in the best area and you can just like work on that one and afford to wait for the mini chest basically, because that one is random. I will say that it's still a good plan to make sure that there are other people in the best area when you're waiting for mini chests, because like I said, I think when the breakables break faster, that's when the mini chests spawn more. If you guys have seen something else that's like against this, or you have evidence against this, definitely leave it in the comments because I'm super curious. I don't know exactly how this one works. All right, diamond quests. So there are quests such as earn 3.5 thousand diamonds or break X number of diamond breakables. So basically for me, I would say for breaking X diamond breakables, the two things that I generally do for this would be one, just like running through the map and clicking on any blue breakables that you see. I feel like this helps a lot because it just makes it like so much less boring, and generally you do need to run through the map like at least once a day in order to collect like free potions, enchants, open those big chests, go to the daycare, go to the vending machines. So I think that doing that is definitely something that can help you with this quest. But again, you can't just like keep running through the map back to back to back. Like you definitely need some time in between so everything can restock. But I find that this is a good way to make the game more interesting and not just like camp in one area. But if you are AFK and want to camp in one area, the other way that I found for breaking X diamond breakables is going to the place of the first rebirth. I forgot what the name and number of that zone specifically is, but it'll be on the screen right now. Basically, I always go to that zone because I think even though it's not the most efficient for getting the most diamonds, it is the most efficient for breaking the most number of diamond breakables, because the number of diamond breakables that spawn there is the highest that I've seen. So basically what I'll do is go there and plant one of the diamond flags and just like be in that area, and within the 5 minutes of the diamond flag, I can usually get between like 60 to 100 diamond breakables done. So if you have a quest that's like break 400 or 500, with 5 minutes, you can basically finish that in an hour or something like that if you're committed to doing it, and just come back every 5 minutes to plant a diamond flag. So for earning more diamonds, like I said, I don't think the most number of diamonds is that same spot. I found that the number of diamonds for me is better when you go to the last zone. So usually when I have that quest, that's where I go, unless I have these both at the same time. And then I go back to that like Rebirth 1 area. Another thing for the earning X diamonds quest, if you guys have the plant garden unlocked and you can plant the diamond plants there, redeeming those diamonds also goes towards this quest. So if it's just like a couple thousand diamonds, I found that just going and harvesting one of the diamond plants is pretty easy. So I usually try to keep one of the diamond plants planted at all times so I can get it if I need it. Something else that I should mention about the diamonds is that the last zone in Chest Rush usually helps me a lot with both of these quests as well. I can usually earn like 1,000 diamonds within the 5 minutes and probably break like 50 diamond breakables, which is not nothing. I think that if you can line up the Chest Rush timing with these quests, it definitely helps. Next type of mission is collecting potions and enchants. If you guys have played this game, I'm sure you guys have your own methods for item farming. So basically, vending machines is a really easy one. Everybody knows about the free gifts section. You can also open up your stash of like gift boxes and presents and things like that. I also found that going through the Chest Rush minigame with the Treasure Hunter enchant on helps, and farming any specific area with Treasure Hunter books basically can get you a lot of items. I also noticed that upgrading potions and enchants also counts towards this number. So if you want to do like very easy tier 1 upgrades, tier 1 to tier 2 upgrades, it can count towards this number because it seems like you're getting more potions and enchants to the game. Final category that we have here is pet related things, so making a certain number of golden or rainbow pets, hatching eggs, or hatching rare pets. So for making golden and rainbow pets, basically what I like to do is whenever I get the hatch eggs quest, don't upgrade them right away unless you really need them on your team. Basically, keeping some unupgraded pets with your best egg in your inventory can help you complete this a lot faster, because otherwise you need to go back and get like, 3,000 eggs hatched before you can make 38 rainbow pets and stuff like that, which just like takes way too long. So basically my advice is, if you don't really need the pets in your team right now, just keep them in your inventory and upgrade them later when you get this quest. For hatching the number of eggs, if you guys have up to the rebirth number where you can get the auto hatcher, that definitely helps a lot. And make sure that you guys put on some potions or enchant books if you plan to do a longer hatching session. Same thing basically for hatching rare pets. I usually put on the best lucky eggs that I can, and it doesn't really take more than like a couple minutes. All right, so that's everything that I have about the specific quest types. Some general advice for how to rank up really quickly. Basically, first thing that I do is just look at the list and try to do the easiest ones first. I find that when I complete the one that I think will take the fastest time, I can basically like tear through the tasks really quickly. Another piece of advice that I have is trying to stack quests that can be done in the same area together. So like I said, there are a lot of things where if I'm using fruits and also breaking in the best area, that's like a great synergy basically, because I can do those both at the same time. It's even better if I have like 3 or 4 that are all in the same area, although that's kind of rare. My third tip is just keeping a good inventory. have tons and tons of low tier potions and enchants, have a lot of flags, fruits, coin jars, comments, all of those things that you need in order to do the quests. You should have them in your inventory, because otherwise you will waste a lot of time trying to hunt down something specific. At the same time, you should only upgrade these items if you need them to complete the quest. So one of my examples earlier was that you will probably need a lot of tier 4 potions. At least I've needed a lot of them. So even if I have a lot of tier 4 potions, I refuse basically to upgrade them to tier 5 if I don't have to use it immediately, because otherwise I won't have enough tier 4 potions to use. And then finally, when you get to the ends of your ranks, I don't think that your stars roll over into the next rank. So basically when you get to the last 1 or 2 items, I would be more strategic about not just completing the easiest quest, but seeing that, hey, if I have only 3 stars left that I need to complete this rank, and I think that the 3-star quest is easier than the 4-star quest, then just abandon finishing the 4-star one and focus completely on the 3-star one. I don't think that makes a big difference over the long run, but just thought I'd throw that in there. So I've gone over a lot in this video. If you guys have other tips that I missed, leave them in the comments. Or if you have other questions, I'll do my best to answer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.